On a crisp November day in 1969, 20-year-old Joyce Malecki vanished while running errands in Glen Burnie, Maryland. 2 days later, her body was discovered in a remote area near Fort Meade. Brutally murdered and left in the wilderness, her death shocked the local community and remains unsolved to this day. What makes her case even more chilling is its potential connection to the infamous murder of Sister Catherine Cesnik, which has since been tied to allegations of abuse and conspiracy within the Catholic Church. Was Joyce Malecki a victim of random violence, or is her murder linked to a larger, more sinister web of secrets? Let's uncover the facts and theories behind this enduring mystery. Joyce Malecki was a 20-year-old woman from Lansdowne, Maryland. She worked at a liquor distributor and was known for her cheerful and outgoing personality. On November 11, 1969, Joyce told her family she was heading to the Glen Burnie shopping center to buy a gift for her boyfriend. She never came home. Joyce's disappearance set off alarm bells for her family, who knew she would never just leave without word. Her car was discovered the next day, parked near her home in Lansdowne, but there was no sign of Joyce herself. The worst fears of her loved ones were realized 2 days later. On November 13, 1969, Joyce's body was discovered by hunters near the Little Patuxent River on Fort Meade property. She had been bound, strangled, and stabbed, her lifeless body left in a remote, wooded area. The brutality of her murder was shocking and deeply personal, leaving investigators to wonder whether the killer knew Joyce. The fact that Joyce's body was found on federal property brought the FBI into the investigation. However, even with federal resources, the case soon went cold. The lack of witnesses and concrete evidence left her family searching for answers and justice. Just 4 days before Joyce Malecki disappeared, another young woman vanished in Maryland. Sister Catherine Cesnik, a 26-year-old nun. Sister Kathy's body was discovered 2 months later in a secluded area of Lansdowne, not far from Joyce's home. The timing, proximity, and similarities between their murders have fueled decades of speculation about whether the two cases are connected. Over the years, Sister Kathy's murder has been tied to allegations of abuse at Archbishop Keough High School, where she taught. Some believe her murder was an effort to silence her after she discovered and planned to expose the abuse. This theory has gained significant attention, especially after the release of Netflix's The Keepers. But how does Joyce Malecki fit into this narrative? Some theorists suggest she may have known something, or perhaps witnessed something, she wasn't supposed to. However, no direct evidence has ever linked Joyce's murder to Sister Cathy's, or the abuse allegations. Several theories have emerged over the years regarding who killed Joyce Malecki and why. Let's explore the most prominent ones. One theory suggests that Joyce was abducted and murdered by a random predator. The 1960s saw an increase in awareness of serial killers, and it's possible she fell victim to someone traveling through the area. The potential connection to Sister Cathy's case remains one of the most compelling. Both women were young, kind, and brutally murdered within days of each other in the same area. Could the same killer be responsible? And if so, what was the motive? The level of violence in Joyce's murder has led some to theorize that her killer knew her personally. This could point to jealousy, anger, or even a romantic dispute, but no suspects fitting this profile have ever been identified. While these theories provide possible explanations, the lack of evidence means we're left with more questions than answers. For Joyce's family, the pain of her loss has never faded. Her parents passed away without ever knowing what happened to their daughter, but her siblings have continued to advocate for justice. Despite the passage of time, they remain hopeful that advancements in DNA technology or new information might finally solve her case. Joyce's case gained renewed attention after the release of Netflix's The Keepers, which primarily focused on Sister Catherine Cesnik's murder and the allegations of abuse at Archbishop Keough High School. While Joyce's story is only briefly mentioned in the series, it reignited public interest in her case. Could the exposure from The Keepers lead to new information? And will modern forensic techniques finally bring Joyce's killer to justice? Only time will tell. The murder of Joyce Malecki remains a haunting mystery, one that leaves us wondering, was she a random victim, or is her case part of something far more sinister? If you have any theories or thoughts about Joyce's case, share them in the comments below. And if you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more unsolved mysteries. Justice for Joyce and closure for her family may still be within reach. Let's keep her story alive and continue to seek the answers she deserves.